Technique is something that you build through a lot of hard practice. You gotta use every part of your body depending on what kind of pasta you're making. You need to know the nuances of how to form or shape a particular pasta. When you go into that level, there's also a differentiation as to good technique and bad technique. To most people, this profession does not exist because to them, chef is chef. I cook only small portions of pasta. Every bite is at its peak. I'm there explaining how it's made, where it's from, why it's made this way, a little bit of history. I will get people to come and to have interactive experience where they touch the pasta dough and they try to make it as well. I wanted to focus on the artistry of pasta making, something that's lacking in the current gastronomic landscape in Singapore. There are maybe 500-600 documented shapes. And that is actually a good thing because I get bored quite easily. It's always kind of a roller coaster in terms of emotions. Every time it's a different experience. There's no history or tradition behind it. It's just something that I wanted to introduce on my menu, but with my own spin. Kind of looks like two AA batteries, if you can imagine. I wanted to make sure there were crevices to catch sauce. You want to have a little bit of the sauce, the dressing, together with the pasta when you eat it. Soufflindeo is gossamer pasta threads set on each other to form like a lattice, so it looks like a woven fabric. It's delicate, so traditionally it's served in a broth.
He took a few months to master it. He has this love-hate relationship with this soufflindeo. Like on some days where he sees progression, he'll be very happy about it. But on other days, he'll be so frustrated and he'll say he hates it. But the next hour, he will be still working on it. He is that obsessed and patient.
This is essentially where I grew up, right until I got married and then moved out. He was my hero 15 years ago. And his take on Italian food was not snooty, it was very ingredient-based, produce-driven, so very natural, very new at that time. Also, my friend's dad, he was actually the one who inspired me as well to some extent. So we would go to my friend's house and his dad would gather everybody at the table. He would cook really awesome meals. I always remember his roasted chicken. This conviviality, you know, having people at the table and bonding over food. The wine flows and conversations flow, and that got me very interested in host dinners.
I saw how unhappy he was with his professional job. So I kept pushing him and encouraging him to do it. Whenever he rolls out new dishes or he do new experimentations, I've always been his guinea pig. I'm very critical. So he says I'm his best critic. I don't have to give chance on. In a sense, I don't need to patronize him and say it's nice. I will give him my honest opinion. And in fact, I think this helps him to improve. Across the years, regardless in touch rugby or in his pasta journey, when he commits to something, he will put in 101% and all the hours. And he has this obsession with perfection. It was actually like his R&D research trip in the name of honeymoon. He will force himself to eat 5 meals a day just to max out on all the food that he can try.
After that trip, I acted on those perspectives and new experiences that I've gathered by trying my hand at handmade pasta. And it was one of the most disastrous experiences because I could never replicate what I had there. It's not just materials, but I should focus more on techniques.
I'm extremely proud of what he has achieved, from a nook to slowly a recognized pasta maestro in Singapore. And I think what is even more satisfying is, in the past, he has a lot of recognition from pasta makers all over the world. Like people that he has been following over the past actually shows their respect for him.
So as an artisan, what I do is to keep true to tradition. A pasta dish is not just a chef's effort, but it's a confluence of both the pasta maker as a craftsman and a professional chef in the kitchen that executes the dish itself.